It's a valiant effort. Collingwood's VFL side down to 7 AFL players listed for this game against Essendon. A 1 point loss at Windy Hill. Collingwood 11-8-74 to Essendon, 10-15-75, and it's over. Our top 10 hopes are officially over in heartbreaking circumstances. Jade Gresham, the cheeky prick with a couple of minutes left, kicks that goal, puts them in front by a point. Similar sort of situation to Frankston earlier this year. Up by 3 goals here against Essendon. Against Frankston, we're up by about 4 goals, and we lose by a point with minutes to go. Against Frankston, it was with 10 seconds left. A ground or a venue with the breeze going towards the opposition's way, and we just couldn't make the team pay or couldn't make Essendon pay. Didn't own the moments. We were flustered in the final quarter. We were more flustered at the start of the game, but with 7 AFL listed players, 8 changes to this squad, a few fresh faces for this VFL side, and we were so close to beating Essendon, keeping our season alive. And unfortunately, as well, we've had a few results go our way, or few results would have gone our way had we won this game, and we would have still been 14th or 15th, and still a mathematical chance of making the top 10 had we beaten Port Melbourne next week, or we face Port Melbourne next week. And the thing about next week as well, 4 Collingwood games. There's a VFLW at Port Melbourne, the VFL in Port Melbourne. The AFLW season commences for Collingwood, and then there's the AFL Saturday night against Hawthorn. So 4 Collingwood games, no VFL report next week, and this will be the last VFL report. I'll do my best to be as detailed as possible, but it's a pretty straightforward review. A 1 point loss to Essendon. Down by a goal at quarter time. We had pretty much the momentum in the territory in the first quarter. Just couldn't put it on the scoreboard. Few missed shots out of bounds on the full from Badatsky, from Jack Buller. Jack Buller had a good game here. He had his kicking boots on for this one again. Jack Buller's in good form. So we are finding a few key forwards where, yeah, Charlie West delivers, then he gets called up. We got Jack Buller delivering, Mitch Badatsky delivering. So we're not short of key forward depth. Our forward line's not an issue in the AFL, but in regards to this game against Essendon for the VFL, it was just that depth in the midfield and also in the back line. But a few fresh faces and an emerging draft prospect in Clancy Snell, projected first-round draft pick from Cal Toomey's Phantom Draft, and he delivered. He only had 9 disposals, but as a key defender, 3 contested marks, a team high for this one, and he can read the ball well, intercepts well, knows how to position himself. There was a few moments late in the game where positioned himself well, but the opposition, Nick Tox, for example, taking a good mark on him. Just little things like that where there's a big contrasting difference between the Coates League under 18s and the VFL, and it's going to be a massive difference from the Coates League to the VFL to the AFL. But a full preseason wouldn't hurt him. We are sort of linked to him in the draft. He's not an academy player or a father-son, projected first rounder, and we do have a first rounder and a second rounder up our sleeve. So he could fall down to the second round. It's a 1 in 18 shot pretty much on drafting him. If we miss him in the first round, there might be a good chance we miss him in the second round, but it's all to watch this space. Pretty much last year with Tom McGuan, father-son, playing VFL, thought he was looking the goods, but obviously we didn't nominate him this time around with Clancy Snell. Again, not a father-son or academy player, but Clancy Snell will be drafted next year, whether it's at Collingwood or someone else. That's to watch this space, but I wouldn't mind him as a key defender. But for this game, going back to this one, digressing, but second quarter, got out in front, then Essendon, 4 unanswered goals to lead by 20 points at halftime. And I thought that was it. I thought Essendon would kick on, but it is Windy Hill. It's windy to the right side of the screen, and we kicked 6 unanswered goals. Essendon kicked a late goal. We got one before three-quarter time, up by 17 points at three-quarter time. I did think to myself, it's not over yet. I was nervous up until three-quarter time, and the final quarter played out as I unfortunately expected. Just with Essendon picking with the breeze and just Collingwood inability to lock it inside 50, own the moments. We lacked that cohesion and chemistry. We got it back at halftime. Looked so bloody potent in the third quarter. Unfortunately, 7 goals in the third quarter doesn't get us the win, unfortunately. But we can look at the positives. Clancy Snell as a key defender, as a draft prospect. Britton Teakle as a key defender in this game was pretty good. Oscar Forkett across half back, trying to produce that run and gun game with his pace. Josh Brown, I think he was impacted by the lack of cohesion in this game with other VFL listed players, but Josh Brown, our highest disposal getter for this game, just couldn't have that impact compared to previous weeks, unfortunately, but his pace was there. I'll get into the team stats here. Minus 19 for disposals, minus 8 for hitouts. Harrison Coe, Lero Smith up against Blackiston, and Boston Dowling. He's a prospect to look out for in the VFL. Clearances -4. I thought their headouts to advantage going Essendon's way, impacting our midfield and just our clearance work. +11 for tackles. The pressure was there, up forward and also down back. -16 for inside 50s, unfortunately, and -26 for marks. We get that mark at half back. We bomb it down the line. Essendon take that intercept mark. And then Essendon bomb it back inside 50. Collingwood takes that intercept mark. And just those moments. And we were trying our best to produce that run and gun game, but we weren't utilising the corridor effectively compared to previous wins in the VFL. And I think that hurt us in the end, going wide or being forced wide. Having that shot on the angle on goal, just couldn't convert. 11 goals, 8. Yeah, it looks accurate, but a few missed shots and those kicks inside 50, not finding targets, little things like that made us pay. And unfortunately, we get what we deserve. But it's a valiant effort for Collingwood's VFL side. Just with the player stats, I only mentioned the Collingwood AFL list of players here, only 7 of them. I'll mention Jacob Bryan first because I do think we're about to see the end of Jacob Bryan in a Collingwood jumper. 25 disposals here, 84% disposal efficiency, 9 rebound 50s. He had a good game after quarter time and 5 intercepts, but I think the end is nigh for Jacob Bryan, not playing against West Coast. I think that signals the end for him, unfortunately. Jack Buller had his kicking boots on here, 4 goals, 2 goals after half time, 4 goals up until three-quarter time, 16 disposals, 7 marks, and 3 score involvements. Mitch Badatsky only kicked the 1 goal, 11 disposals, a few missed opportunities as well, unfortunately, for Badatsky. 4 marks, 3 score involvements. So it's not Jack Buller, it's Mitch Badatsky. If it's not Badatsky, it's Jack Buller producing the goods and vice versa. I don't think they'll get a recall unless Charlie West gets injured or Tim Membry gets injured or a massive drop off in form for a key forward, but we'll look out for that tomorrow. The Rucks, Harrison Coe, 18 hitouts, 22 disposals, 8 clearances, 7 intercepts. Pretty much a Darcy Cameron game. I thought he was ineffective in the ruck against Lockie Blackiston, but filling a hole down back. I thought he had a good game, Darcy Cameron type role. Aliro Smith, he had a good first half against Geelong last week, but he's tapered off. Inconsistent, 10 hitouts, 7 disposals, 2 marks. Going to be interesting if he's going to be offered a contract for next year, but let's watch this space. Look out for my video Tuesday night, another plug there. Ty Printable, 15 disposals, 7 tackles, 3 clearances. In good form, but you wouldn't expect him to produce the goods yet again as a first-year player to have back-to-back-to-back good games or a great game. So, as I say, with the first-year players, I'll cut him some slack. And just Saxena, quiet game, but again, cutting him some slack, 4 disposals, 1 inside 50 entry. He'll stay on most likely for next year, offer him that contract. But yeah, that's our season done. 7 AFL listed players here compared to Essendon's 10, I believe. And yeah, it's a heartbreaking loss. We miss out on the top 10, but we take on Port Melbourne next week. We can be a banana peel to them. We can end their season. So last year they beat us. They knocked us down from 6th to 7th. We can beat Port Melbourne next week, knock them out of the top 10, end their season. Payback's a bitch, yada, yada, yada. That's all for this VFL report. Not the most detailed or in-depth sort of report to end the season for me with the VFL reports, but I hope you guys enjoyed these VFL reports and just with my spare time on Saturdays or Fridays or Sundays or whatever, having that time to do these reports, I don't mind doing these. So look out for my, again, Stay or Go August edition video for Tuesday or Monday night. Watch this space, yada, yada, yada. And any updates for Collingwood AFL list of players not playing in the AFL or as depth or bit of talk there. Just look out for these videos in the future. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this VFL report. Waffling on. I'll leave you guys all to it. I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. Please be well. Please be safe. And I'll see you guys Monday morning for the round 22 review. Up the pies.